Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much. You know, I was sitting here and I'm listening to you describe me, and I'm who's this person that she's describing,
That's
you know.
That's you.
Well, I thank God, and I also thank you for, you know, the privilege to be here.
Yeah.
It's sometimes, you know, I don't get to see or really understand how much I've grown until, you know, these kind of things come. And I just want to thank you for being somebody who sees that as well. And I appreciate you, and it's all to glory of God. And I'm happy to be here today.
So thank you. Yes. Today you will be speaking with us on nurturing your dreams. You know, it's someone I've seen grown. I've seen him do some really, really amazing things, and he's still doing more to the glory of God. And I just want him to put us through or share with us some of his thoughts on how to nurture your dream. So, Faith, what would you say nurturing your dream mean to you, to somebody who's watching? You know, he's just starting life, and like, how do I even go about this dream? Because it's one thing to dream, it's another thing to actually nurture them and bring them to life. So, what would you say?
Thank you so much for that question. So, we'll start with what the word nurture means. You know, to nurture something, it's basically take care of it, right? If you nurture a child, you're taking care of a child just to see. So, you know, to nurture your dream basically is to have the consciousness of the dream, and also one of the key factors that will really help you to nurture your dream is to have people who are like-minded around you.
Nice one.
You know, people who have similar, I like to say similar mentality, similar understandings. And because of what I do as a gospel music minister, it's good to have people who are also music ministers, and also people who are in purpose. For example, in our church, Fragrance of Life, you see, we have such people, and you see people doing things, and you know, you get to learn from them even without them talking to you personally. And then even if you're just in that atmosphere, those things come alive. Exactly. So that's one of the things that you cannot take out of it, because you see, there's no man is an island. You cannot really do anything by yourself.
Absolutely.
So just have the right company around you. But the first, I mean, as long as the person has a dream first, then you can nurture something. If you don't have any dream, then there's nothing to nurture. You see, but you have a dream, then look for people who can help you to at least keep you in that mind space where you remember that I have something I'm supposed to be nurturing, and then, you know, that's how that goes.
All right. So now that you've said, you know, how we need to nurture, is probably like taking care, is basically taking care of something you just discovered, a vision you just discovered. Is like, just like a child, like you said, just like a child. So you help and put the child into, you know, help them with practical steps. So now I'm going to ask you, what are those practical steps that you would say has helped you to nurture your dream, or would help someone who is probably overwhelmed at this level in life, and they just have a dream, but they don't know how to actually conceptualize it and bring it to, you know, bring it to action. So what will they do? What are the steps?
That is a very good question, sis. Thank you so much. So the first thing for somebody who's feeling overwhelmed is first to have a mentor. Somebody who you can look up to, somebody who you can go to and say, sir or ma, I'm overwhelmed by this. This is the vision I have in me. I remember when I did my very first worship meeting. It was open worship. I did it it was a gym, but they had like a pitch, open space. You know, open space. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. You know, and I went to Pastor. I was like, Pastor, this is the vision that God has put in my heart.
That's Pastor Shegun, right?
That's my pastor. You know, so I spoke to him about it, and he gave me steps on how to go about it.
Wow.
You know, that was the first time ever I was doing something like that. I didn't really, you know, he just gave me practical steps. Do this, do that, do that. So you cannot take out the place of a mentor or a spiritual leader if you're doing something that is spiritually inclined, you know. And if you're in the business, we'll get a business mentor, somebody who can put you through, hold your hand, you know. And you see, when you get somebody to put you through, it's not that the person will be chasing you. You're the one that will have to follow up with the person, because these people may be busy people. Even if they are not busy, they're not living for you.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so you have to get your own mentor. That's the first step. When you get a mentor, the second step that I would say is to get knowledge around the area that you want your dream is. If you are a business person, get knowledge in business. If you are somebody who's doing music, get knowledge in music.
That's
you know,
good.
improve yourself musically. If you're somebody who's doing something that's related to fashion, like you have to know what you're doing as well.
True.
So get knowledge.
Equip yourself.
Equip yourself, exactly. Because you know, if you have a dream and you're not knowledgeable about it, you don't know what I mean, the dream will not go anywhere like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So get knowledge. So first thing, get mentor. Second thing, get the right knowledge. And the third thing is just at least do something, no matter how little.
Start somewhere.
Like I said, the first meeting I had was an open space meeting. I know the things I did. I collected one of our brothers in church, George's car. I went to park speakers by myself from Dawaki all the way to Lugbe. And we finished that program that night. Around 11, we returned those things. So you have to get your hands dirty. You know, do something. If I was saying I want to use one big venue,
like stadium, national stadium.
You see, you start with just a little step, and from there it grows.
I think even when people get, it's good. We normally say think big, but when you start big, that's what makes even people overwhelmed in the first place. Imagine you have a very big picture in mind, and you say, I want to be the topmost artist of the year or something. But okay, how do you even become the topmost if you do not start from being the least? Because everything grows. Everything grows.
That's exactly how it is. So, I mean, it's okay to feel overwhelmed, but just follow the steps. Get a mentor, speak to the mentor. Second thing is get knowledge, and then just do something. As you're getting the advices and everything, don't just sit on them. Do something with it.
Wow. So thank you for that. You said get a mentor. That was very clear, specific. Get a mentor, a spiritual mentor. If you're doing something spiritual, if you're doing something in the business world, in other sectors, then get people a mentor in that light. And also lastly, to start. Just start.